two Black Hawk helicopters descend through the blazing Arizona heat, landing in downtown Phoenix. 25 minutes earlier, 78-year-old veteran Frank Rodriguez lay on scorching asphalt outside a biker bar, his medications scattered everywhere. But what happens next is surprising. The summer heat in Phoenix is merciless, but Frank Rodriguez has faced worse. The 78-year-old veteran walks slowly down Roosevelt Street, his weathered cane tapping against the sidewalk. In his free hand, he carries a small pharmacy bag containing his arthritis medication and a carefully written letter addressed to his grandson at the military academy. The Desert Rose Tavern sits like a fortress of chrome and leather, its parking area lined with gleaming Harley-Davidsons. Frank navigates carefully between the motorcycles, his cane accidentally brushing against the mirror of a pristine black bike. Marcus Williams, known to his crew as Tank, emerges from the tavern's shadowy interior. At 35, he commands respect through intimidation, his Desert Wolves patch displayed prominently on his leather vest. Without a word, without asking what happened, Marcus shoves the elderly man with brutal force. Frank crashes to the burning asphalt, his medications exploding across the pavement like confetti. Through the tavern's windows, curious faces peer out, some laughing, others simply turning away. No one moves to help as the old veteran struggles to gather his scattered pills, his dignity bleeding away with each passing second. Frank's hands shake as he reaches for an old emergency phone mounted on a nearby utility pole. His fingers remember the sequence he taught his daughter decades ago. Military code that means one thing: family in distress. 20 miles away, at Barry Goldwater Military Range, Captain Sofia Rodriguez is leading helicopter rescue training exercises when her radio crackles with the emergency signal. Her father's voice, steady despite his pain, delivers the coordinates and a simple message: assistance needed. Sofia's response is swift and decisive. Within minutes, 60 Black Hawks are airborne, cutting through the desert sky like metallic eagles. The 25-minute flight feels eternal as Sofia visualizes every possible scenario, her pilot training merging with a daughter's fierce protectiveness. The helicopter's thunderous rotors announce their arrival as they touch down in the square facing the Desert Rose Tavern. Dust clouds engulf the street as Sofia leads her National Guard unit toward the scene, her flight suit a stark contrast to the leather and denim surrounding her father. Sofia finds Frank exactly where she expected, sitting calmly on the curb, methodically organizing his recovered medications. His quiet dignity, in the face of humiliation, speaks volumes about the man who raised her. The crowd of bikers has grown, uncertainty replacing their earlier bravado, as they face the reality of federal intervention. Marcus stands apart from his crew, his earlier confidence evaporating as Sofia's trained eyes identify him as the aggressor. Her approach is calculated, professional, devastating in its controlled intensity. She doesn't need to raise her voice or make threats. The arrival of Phoenix police, coordinated through her radio, speaks louder than any words. Under federal law, assault on a military veteran carries severe consequences. Marcus finds himself in handcuffs as his motorcycle brothers watch in stunned silence. The Desert Rose Tavern, once his kingdom, now feels like a courtroom where he's already been judged and found wanting. The incident, captured on multiple cell phones, spreads across social media like wildfire. The hashtag #RespectOurVets trends nationally as Americans rally around Frank's story. Phoenix Mayor Kate Gallego announces a ceremony honoring the veteran, while donations pour in from across the country. In his jail cell, Marcus discovers something that changes everything. His cellmate mentions military service, which leads to a conversation about family. For the first time in years, Marcus talks about his grandfather, a Korean War veteran who died forgotten and alone. The parallel between his own actions and society's neglect of his grandfather hits him like a physical blow. The transformation begins in that concrete cell, where Marcus confronts the anger that has defined his adult life. His rage was never really about authority or territory. It was about abandonment, about growing up without the guidance he desperately needed, about watching strong men disappear from his world without explanation. 3 months later, Marcus walks nervously toward a supervised meeting at the Phoenix VA hospital. Frank Rodriguez sits in the lobby, his posture straight despite his age, his eyes holding the wisdom of someone who has seen young men lose their way before. Their conversation is halting at first, filled with the awkwardness of two men from different worlds finding common ground. Marcus speaks about his childhood, about watching his father leave and never return, about channeling his pain into the only strength he understood: intimidation and violence. Frank listens with the patience of someone who has counseled lost soldiers before. He shares stories of young Marines who arrived angry and left with purpose, of the thin line between protector and predator, of second chances earned through service to others. The meeting becomes the first of many. Marcus begins volunteering at the VA hospital, his rough exterior gradually softening as he learns to channel his strength into helping rather than hurting. Veterans who once feared men like him now nod with respect as he wheels them to appointments or simply listen listens to their stories. On a crisp November morning, the city of Phoenix dedicates a memorial plaque on Roosevelt Row, honoring Frank Rodriguez's service and the community's commitment to protecting its veterans. The street where his humiliation began is renamed Veterans Way, a permanent reminder that respect must be earned and maintained by each generation. Frank stands before the gathered crowd, his daughter at his side, watching as Marcus places a wreath at the memorial. The transformation is complete, but the real victory isn't in punishment or revenge. It's in the understanding that healing often comes through the most unexpected connections, and that redemption is always possible for those brave enough to seek it. Share your story in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more incredible true stories that showcase the power of human connection and second chances. Your engagement helps us bring these important stories to light, honoring those who served while inspiring others to make a difference in their communities.